Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Welcome to Pakistan Dreaming. Very excited to be here. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it there, so I've got to do it online. First, want to thank our sponsors. So PDF Butler, O2, and of course Salesforce and the Trailblazer community. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eric Praud. I've been working in the Salesforce ecosystem for the past 13 years. I'm also a Salesforce Answers leader, and I've had the privilege of being a Salesforce MVP for the past 3 years. In my previous life, I worked in catering, and I can still make a mean dessert. As you can see today, we're going to see how to have fun with new releases, and in particular, the HTTP callout function in flows. So, how to have fun with new releases? Reading new releases, there's so much to read. It can be quite boring, let's be honest. So one way that I'd learn, at least for automations, most of all the ones about flows, because that's where it's easier, is to create a little game if I can, or a little fun scenario. So here's my thought process. First, I try to find a fun scenario or a game. Then I plan it. So with the new release, what can I do? And what you will see later on is what I did, when the HTTP callout came out. So of course you plan it and then you build it. And as you build, you need to test. And believe me, you will fail, and more than once. And it's fine. So you repeat the build, the test, and the failure until you succeed. And then you have fun. So first, let's talk about the HTTP callout. There's quite a few use cases. And when I used it, it was when it first came out. So it was still in beta stage, and you could only do the get functionality. So here there's quite a few use cases, like retrieving the current time of day for a lead. And that was the very first test I did. Pardon me. That was the very first test I did. I had a button, and when I clicked the button, it did a HTTP callout, and it gave me the time and date at the lead's address, so I would know as a salesperson or marketing person if I could call this person if it was too early or too late in the day. It was a very simple scenario, but it helped. It helped me to understand the function. So you see a few other use cases, like get the address information of someone. You can also get payment authorization. You can call a dictionary for spell check, and we'll see that in a demo in a minute. For a currency converter, you have, if you've got advanced currency management, you can do a call out every day so that your currency rates change daily. And of course, there's many more use cases that you can have. Apologies, one second. Sorry, something in my throat here. All right, so here, let's have a bit of fun. But first, let me explain what I created. I created a Wordle game in a ScreenFlow. I set myself a few challenge constraints. I wanted it to be a click, no code only feature. I wanted the look and feel to be as close as possible to the real Wordle game, which you can see here in the screenshot. The same rules as the standard Wordle would apply. Then that's where I needed the HTTP callout. I needed a word to guess to be randomly generated. And I needed a spell checker. And then you'll see also I keep the statistics for each player. So for the ones who don't know Wordle, the rules are quite simple. You have 6 tries to guess a 5-letter word. After each guess, the color of the letters in your try will change to tell you how close you were to the word. So I've given you a few examples here. So when the letters turn amber, it means that the letters are in the word, but in the wrong place. If they remain black, it means they are not in the word at all. If the letters turn green, then it means that the letters are in the word and in the right place. Now, sometimes you can have a word that contains the same letter more than once. So the letters may turn amber, green, or they may remain black. And here's an example with épées, where you see the first E is in the wrong place, the second E is in the right place, and the third E is not even in the word. So here I know that my word contains two E's, and that in third position there's an E, and somewhere except the first position there's a second E. We also have a keyboard to help us. It turns with the same colors as the guess. However, there's a couple of there's two exceptions. The gray letters have not been played yet, and the black letters have been played, but they are not in the word. So, how did I achieve this? I created two screen flows, one for the game itself and one for the statistics. As I said, I wanted to keep the statistics just like the regular Wordle game. Then I created two, well, more than two, but two main HTTP callouts, and I'll show you all this. One is the 5-letter word generator, and another one is the dictionary. And this dictionary is called at the very beginning and at every guess. So at the very beginning, it checks if the 5-letter word that was generated exists in its dictionary. Just because I did it with two separate websites, I could have done it with one, but obviously because I was testing, I wanted to try to have two callouts and kind of interact with each other. And this dictionary API, this dictionary callout, pardon me, is also used after every single guess to spell check my answers. So I cannot enter a word that does not exist. Pardon me. Then the hard and long and tedious part, 206 formulas. If you know about me, I'm a huge formula guy, but even I was losing the will to live here because they're all very similar but slightly different. And if you make a mistake in one, then you may have to go through hundreds of them to correct the same mistake. And it's happened quite a few times. So in those formulas, I've got 3 formulas for each letter for every try. So every try has 5 letters and 3 letters, 3 possible colors per letter. So that's 15 formulas for one try. Then I can go up to 6 tries. I've got the same, but now four different colors for the letters of the keyboard. And then I've got a few other formulas, mainly for statistics. So the word that is generated, that's randomly generated, I keep it in an object, kind of hidden, so we don't see it while we're playing, but I keep it in an object. Now, because I used a devorg, I didn't want to, to eat up all my storage. So every week I've got a schedule flow that just clears all the data in this word container object. And then, of course, I created an app just to actually display the workflows, the screen flows, pardon me. All right, so let me now show you my, my screen. Why can't I? It's typical, isn't it? Now I can't. Why?
Eric, can you hear us?
Hi everyone, can you hear me? I'm sorry, it looks like,
No worries. We can continue.
yep, sorry about that. Let me share my screen again.
Yeah.
All right, can you all see my screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So first, when you create a HTTP callout, you need to find websites. There's plenty. Google is your friend, so you need to find websites that allow you to do an API call. Here is the one I used for my random words, and you can see I used actually this one to give me a random 5-letter word. This is the website I use for the dictionary. So here, it checks a word and it gives you a lot of definitions and examples. I don't need all that. I just need to know if the word exists. Once you've found your websites that you need to use, so some of them are paid, so just pay attention. You need to create your name credentials within Salesforce. So here you see I've created my credentials for the generator. And you can see the URL here, and one for the dictionary. And once you've done that, you can now create your screen flow and use the new, newish HTTP callout function. So you just create a new action and you can then click on this button and just follow the wizard. There's plenty of documentation and videos on how to do that. This is not the point of this session, so I'm not going to do that too much. But just want to show you here so that first I do my call out on the random word and then on the dictionary where I check if the word to find exists. And if it doesn't, here's the decision. Then we just go back to this random word generator. It generates another word until it finds one that's in the dictionary. And then we keep going. I'm not going to go through every single subtleties of the flow, but this is where I create my word record. So I keep the 5-letter word somewhere in Salesforce. And this is the screen. I'm actually not going to show you the first screen. I'm going to show you the second screen here. So I've done my first guess. It's wrong. I keep going. And this is my second guess. So what happens here? I've got a formula for each one of the letters of my first guess. L1 means letter 1, so letter in first position. Try 1. Contained is in amber, correct is in green, incorrect is in black. And as you can see, I've got it for every single letter. And obviously my answer here and the keyboard. And again, now I've got 4 colors for each letter: gray, black, amber, and green. So if I keep going, for example, if I go to number 4, you can see that this becomes quite long. Okay. And after each guess, I've got a call out to the dictionary to make sure that the answer is, works, is an actual word. Pardon. Notice that for every action, I've got a full path. Very important. Just want to show you briefly the formulas that I use for the letters. So the easiest one would be the correct one. So let's go L42, for example. So my fourth letter, the letter in fourth position in my second try. So this one is the easiest, the correct one that turns the letter green. Here I just check that there's no error, so that the word is in the dictionary. I've got a Boolean variable for that. And I just check that the letter that I've entered in fourth position is the same as the letter in fourth position in the word that is kept in Salesforce. If it is, I just return the letter. If not, I return nothing. Since I return nothing, then the formula for the green letter will just not show. Then the incorrect one, so this turns black. So again, I check that it's in the dictionary. And if it's not contained or correct, so if both formulas return nothing, then return this letter. And with the screen that's in the screen that I color it black. And now the contain one, which is a lot harder. So again, it needs to be in the dictionary. I make sure that the letter is contained in the word, but that it's not in the right place. Then this part of the formula, if you remember my example with épée, where there were the same letter, like the letter E, that was one was amber, one was black, and the other one was green. That's what I use here. Just quickly, this tells me the number of letters that, so the letter in fourth position, let's say it's the letter E. Here, this gives me how many E's there are in the word. Here, just check that it wasn't contained before. And here, that it's not correct in any other places. If it is, I give a total, I add 1 every time it is either contained before or if it's correct in any other place. And therefore, I know now that, let's say I've got 3 E's and here this gives me a 2, then I know that I need to color this letter, this fourth letter in first try, pardon me, I need to color it in amber. It's a bit complex. I've got a video about it where it's a bit easier to understand. So enough about all this. How about we all play Wordle together? So I'm going probably to need your help, Zama. Just, if people want to give me a 5-letter word, or maybe I can see it in the chat, I'm not sure. Anybody wants to do a try with a 5-letter word?
So it's QWERTY.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's QWERTY. QWERTY.
QW
ERTY.
QWEREY. Like this?
Yes. Is it 5 or more?
That's 6.
Okay, sorry.
So you see, it tells you it's not a 5-letter long. So let me start. I usually start with this word, tears, because it's got most letters used in the alphabet. We'll go on next. I'm sorry, I just need to check something here briefly. I don't know what's happening. There we go. So, okay, we can see that there's only an A out of all those letters, but it's not in the right place. Any other try?
Mm-hmm. It's a found. FOUND. It's 5-letter.
FOUND.
Yes.
Okay, let's try that. Nope. And you can see now the keyboard also changes, so you can see what you've played and all. So we still need a word without all those black letters and at least one A somewhere.
Trial. TRIAL. Trial.
TRIAL, like this?
Trial. TT. You can Trailblazer start from.
Oh, trail. Pardon me. Okay, let's try that. Oh, better. So we see that the L is in the right place. Then we got an A and an I that are not in the right place here. We got 3 more tries, guys.
Laugh. Laugh.
Laugh, as in like this.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so the A is not in the second place or third place. The L, we know where it is.
Just a soft reminder, Eric. We just have 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So
we
we
just
need
have
to
2 more tries, so that would be more than enough. Thank
perfect.
you.
Just okay.
Everyone,
Offer.
what was it?
It's not contain A. I think. Later.
Come on, people.
Later. Dream.
Dream,
Yeah.
like this, yeah?
Mm. Contains A.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, should I give you the answer? I have the answer on another screen. Do you want the answer or do you want to try it? There's
Let's
one more
try.
try.
Let's try later.
Later. Well, that's not going to work because you see L and A here in first position turn amber, so it's not correct. But-
We're done. I guess we are done.
What's that?
Yeah, we are done. I guess you can show us the answer.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
actually axial.
Haha.
And there you go. And you see they're all turning green now. And you also see the word to guess. So just quickly, because we've only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So that was the demo. So remember to have fun with new releases if you can. So find a fun scenario, build it, plan it. Well, plan, build, test, fail, try again. And there's a few other examples. For example, there's this Frogger game by Jeff Kranz on YouTube. I don't know if the slides will be shared, but there's a link here in the slide to the video. Or why not, now there is a new feature with the, what do they call them? The formulas now that you can see. Reactive formulas, pardon me. So why don't you create a hangman and use reactive formulas and the HTTP callout, for example, to HTTP callout to generate a word like I did, and then the reactive formulas to show the hangman, if there's an error. Right, and this is it. What is happening? A big thank you to everyone. Thanks, really appreciate you being here, and I hope I did not bore you too much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Eric. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye, people.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.